Hello and welcome to another episode of NOGcast with me, your host, Julian, along with some special people who are also the hosts of this program. What's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
Hello.
Dude.
Hey, this is NOGcast episode 7 coming at you live. This is Julian, that's Angela, that's Chani, and that's Micah. We're all the hosts of this wonderful program that you've been watching bi-monthly. So that's what we're doing. Today's episode's about nostalgia, by the way, so just be mentally prepared for many a hot take. If you get mad at us for any of the opinions here, do it in the comments, okay? I'll read them, I promise, and I'll respond. Maybe not to everyone, but I will respond. I'll be reading. But yeah, you know what? We kind of had this discussion, but this is gonna go to like spoiler territory for some newer movies that came out, aka The Matrix 4 and the new Spider-Man movie. So when those moments come up, I will flash up a thumbs up to let everyone know visually that the spoiler talk is over. And also, I will say out of my mouth, spoiler time is over. So there you go. Now we're done with the the prelude to this episode. So what's up, guys? What's your opinion on nostalgia in general? All right, nostalgia in media, how people profit off of it. What's your take?
I have a bad relationship with nostalgia.
Okay.
Bad relationship.
We broke up a long time ago.
I'd say that I think that nostalgia is great, but I don't like when new installments in an old franchise are made and they don't add anything.
Are you talking about Fuller House right now? What the hell?
Oh no.
Did you forget that existed? Because I feel like I might have. If I didn't remind myself it existed.
Yeah, like that kind of phenomenon where they're like, hey guys, remember this thing existed? And then they just don't do anything with it except being like, remember this thing existed?
Remember this thing?
Like Disney does at the midst of this.
It's just like a blatant cash grab. I think I would agree with you there. I like nostalgia. I like revisiting old media and stuff like that I enjoyed. But I don't really like some of the new stuff. The new reboots.
Yeah.
Call me a hipster. I think just to add to the list of movies we should talk about, like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
Okay, that's
I have thoughts on
that.
that
Too, actually. That is good to mention.
Well,
that's gonna be mentioned. Don't worry. We're gonna dunk on Disney a lot because they're like the biggest example
offender.
of this. In the media. Micah, you got any specific takes?
Most of my nostalgia is just movies, but then also wrestling stuff. So
that makes sense. Yeah,
where I am.
I personally am okay with it when it comes to like video games, because obviously there are a lot of I mean, a lot of video game companies take effort to hit that nostalgia right, you know what I'm saying? Like they remaster their game, they make it look better, they make it play better in a lot of cases. So on that front it's okay. But when Disney throws out their cash grab movie, usually it's just like a cheaper version of the original,
And I would also argue with remastered video games, it's being brought to newer platforms so that new people can experience it.
Well, I mean, technically, Chani, if you think about it, with movies, it's bringing the old franchise to a newer audience as well.
Yeah, but
I'm pointing at you. That's not what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like the more appropriate comparison between movie and video game remasters would be movie re-releases.
Yeah, that's what
I when they I think they do that for Studio Ghibli films a lot. They re-release a lot to into theaters.
Well, I know the Disney executives out there wanting to get some money disagree with us here. But...
Well, look, okay, I'm gonna bring up a very specific example here, all right? Look, Demon Souls the OG, Demon Souls the remake on PS5, Lion King the OG, Lion King the remake. Lion King? Lion King the remake.
Oh my god, Lion
with
King.
CG. Okay. They're made by different studios in quotes. Okay. I mean the Demon Souls remake is made by a completely different studio, just with like the blessing of the original, Same with like Lion King. It's a Disney movie, but instead of it being like hand drawn animation, it's like CG.
Lions. It's just some real lions on a frame.
And the difference there is that one feels like it's more effort in the video game industry, I feel like, just because video games have been made a particular way over time, where they've always taken a lot of effort. I feel like to make a game look good now, it's easier. However, it still takes a lot of effort to. I also just feel like game developers know how to be less cash grabby overall with their remakes, but everything Disney puts out feels kind of formulaic. It feels kind of, we know how to make money off of you type deal.
Yeah.
Whereas like a remake in a video game, there's really no guarantee that the game will do well, honestly. Like I feel like remastering Ratchet and Clank is honestly, I feel like that was a scary idea at first because like how can you guarantee people would care about that franchise after like over 10 years? Or not even like over 10. Well, yeah, I mean the OG game came out a long time ago, but yeah, it's not a guarantee that there's still people like there's still a new audience that would care about that thing. That's not necessarily.
Yeah, and also like with video games, a lot of like diehard fans are really hard to please, and they'll just complain about.
Oh yeah, that's not even 100%. A part that I mentioned. Yeah, the diehard fans are way more quick to shit on the new product, so way quicker, dude. Pokemon, all the time, and honestly,
without going
anything.
into any specifics, but yeah, Pokemon, just in general, we're pointing over there.
Yeah, honestly, anything Nintendo does, let's just be honest here. But yeah, no, Disney just feels more like soulless in a way. So, which is fair because some Nintendo things feel kind of soulless too. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, neither here nor there. But yeah, you know what? Go into the Matrix. All right, spoiler talk.
Okay, we're talking about the Matrix, everyone. Spoilers ahead.
Matrix Resurrection spoilers.
Yes.
But you know what, Chani, you go first.
Okay, I quite liked parts of it, most of it. I liked the first half because it was kind of really weird and I didn't know what was going on, which is kind of the fun part of the Matrix movie. And then it kind of like, I don't know, has a very standard and, in my opinion, I don't know. Didn't like the ending.
Yeah, like the ending was weird, like in a bad way. And I'd say like I liked parts of the beginning, but mostly didn't like it. There was a lot that like didn't make sense, and it was really blatant that the director did not want to make this movie. Like incredibly blatant. Like they literally said it in the movie. Like I'm not lying. Like they were like
literally a line in the movie.
You see this?
Oh, excellent! Here we go.
Specifically for this.
But yeah, there's literally a line where they're like in like a business meeting, and they're like, "I know you don't want to make the Matrix 4, but Warner Brothers is forcing us to. All right." Like,
yeah, I feel like they did some shit like that because of Space Jam 2. I swear to God.
No, there's also a character named after Bugs Bunny. And...
Yes.
Oh wait, I actually remember that because I saw that. My parents were watching the movie and I was in the room.
And he like falls onto a sign or something that's like making fun of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Oh, and like it's so blatant that like the Wachowski sister, I think it was Lily that did it. Like,
Mhm.
it's so blatant that she did not want to make this movie.
Yeah, I don't think it was a necessary movie to be made.
No,
Fair,
definitely not.
definitely fair to say, I think. 'Cause-
And it was chock full of, hey, remember that this happened in an old Matrix movie? Wow. All right, let's move on to this other thing that also happened in an old Matrix movie. Oh my
Yes.
God, do you guys remember that? Like,
Yes.
Fair, entirely fair.
oh, that was like 90% of the movie. Like, do you remember that Neo did this before? Wow.
Yeah, I do remember seeing a scene where, like, Neo gets, I'm sorry for all the parents out there, especially mine, that are gonna watch this, but Neo got his dick sucked in that movie. There were definitely a few sections where, I mean, I know he's like the chosen one and all, but goddamn, dude, I swear to God.
Okay, like, okay, so I think I also had an issue with, it was kind of the same thing. It's a similar issue to one that I had for Man of Steel,
Yeah.
where like they go through like this big tirade of like how the powers that like this character has, like they had to master, and it was like really hard to get them to like understand how to use these
Yeah.
powers. But then another character with the same powers just instantly gets them and is like fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Like, okay, like another character at the end gets powers, like is able to like fly and shit and everything, and it's never explained how they have the powers
That's
or
funny.
like how they like get the
Are
powers
you
at
trying
all.
not to spoil Man of Steel right now? Or are you
No,
talking
I'm
about
I'm talking
Matrix
about the Matrix
stuff?
this
Oh, okay.
time.
I actually know about that in the Matrix
It was
movie.
so weird.
But
Funny.
Like, and then there's
Yeah.
also like shoehorned in like misogyny.
well,
Like,
that
Yes.
I mean,
really
Oh my
bad.
God, that came out of fucking nowhere. I
It
was
came out
like,
of
what?
nowhere.
I was about to say, well, it's the movie industry,
Oh my
it's kind
God.
of expected.
No, like
But
there's
no,
like
no,
so,
it shouldn't be at all.
fucking like Neil Patrick Harris is like taunting Neo, and he's like he's trying to get Neo to like not like be powerful with Trinity, and he's like,
Mhm.
can't you control her? Why can't you control her?
Yikes, dude.
Oh my
It really comes
God.
out of nowhere too. Like I was like,
Yeah, it's
damn,
like
okay.
completely out of nowhere.
That's yikes, dude.
And then at the end she like beats his ass up and is just like, yeah, I did that. And then they
Mhm.
fly off into the
Girl power.
That's snap, dude. It's just
Yep.
This
oh
was
man.
so bad. Like,
Yeah. I
this movie
this,
did not need to exist.
Mm.
yeah. There were like the first part when Neo is still like in the Matrix was interesting because it was kind of, I don't know, a little different. Like trying
Yeah.
to frame the Matrix in like a very meta sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
and then it
like,
just goes off.
I also liked how because they had like his reflections were wrong. Like, do you
Yes.
remember that?
Mm.
That was cool. That was cool. But like then they kind of just like exposition explained it at everybody, and then and then like another issue that I had that's like it's really nitpicky, but I did not like the scene where they were like fighting in the like scaffolding kind of like
Oh, I
unfinished
remember
building.
saying
Yeah.
that.
That was okay. The choreography in that was garbage, and also the Merovingian was too on the nose. I
Yep.
did not like what they did with him. I legit thought he was the train man at first. I was like, oh, it's the train. Oh, wait, that's the Merovingian.
Mhm.
It's like, oh god, and he was like, there's no creativity anymore. Creativity's dead. And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
The
He was
movie
like,
does
you
suffer
ruined
from like
You ruined the Matrix.
No, this is
oh.
this is being disillusioned.
yeah, the movie suffers greatly from like being just a little too on the nose, and by a little
Right.
too I mean way too on the
Yeah, I
nose.
mean, a WB, I guess, was just kind of.
Like it's literally like Lily Wachowski like reached to the screen, grabbed you by the shoulders, and was like, "I did not want to make this. Do
Yeah.
not give your money to this."
Because even
Yeah.
like Space Jam 2 referenced the Matrix, and I was like, okay. Well, I mean, that was just them flexing like how many properties they had. So basically, where it's just like, oh, let's show off literally everything that we have rights to. We're gonna bust out a Matrix reference. We're gonna bust out a Wonder Woman reference. We got them all, right? And so
And like last thing that I just really didn't like about the movie was that they were like, oh yeah, Zion got destroyed anyway. So it's like, what? The entire trilogy just didn't matter? Like, and even Nia is like, wait, so everything I did didn't matter?
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
oh,
life.
oh
Yeah.
no.
Like, you have to reboot somehow, Angel. What the fuck?
Do you think they're gonna
And they
make
were like,
more?
oh yeah, Morpheus, he died off screen.
Yeah, that was like.
That is
I
sad.
really wanted to know what happened, and it was like, nah,
He's just
He's
fucking
dead,
dead,
bro.
Like,
That's sad.
I was like, bro,
I was
why?
like, damn, okay.
It's not even sad. He's just like, okay.
Yeah,
Jesus, dude.
so funny. Yeah, it was
But you know what was great?
definitely an attempt to just like grab at
What
nostalgia.
what was
unfortunately.
great, well, that was Matrix related, that came out, was that tech demo that Epic Games did on the Unreal Engine 5 on PS5, because I played it twice through, one by myself and one with my mom, and both times were fantastic. It was a great experience. I loved that shit. Give me more of that. But like, I mean, that also knew what it was, but it wasn't supposed to be like, it's like a spin-off thing that was like Matrix related, it wasn't like a real thing, but it was fun nonetheless. It was goofy.
Nice.
Yeah, the Matrix spoilers done. All right, everyone,
We've done it.
thumbs up. Spoilers are over. It's okay.
It was bad.
It was bad at the end.
Yeah, that was the TLDR.
And now, Spider-Man.
And
Guys
now
talking
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
spoilers.
Goodbye.
Yeah, deafen yourself. Mute this part of the stream, because we're about to talk about a different level of nostalgia from Disney, which is their newest product, the new Spider-Man movie. So I'm busting out the Spider-Man spoilers tag now. So there you go. Is she deafened?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right. So listen. This movie I liked overall. I'm going to preface this with that. I liked this movie. I love the ambition of a crossover that the Marvel studio within Disney likes to do. I like big crossover events. They're cool. But when you try to do fan service and you sacrifice the main overarching plot structure of what Marvel's been doing for literally like almost my entire life, but Spider-Man is more recent, so I won't over exaggerate too much. But like, they're in the past few years, they've been setting up Spider-Man as like a new version of Spider-Man, right? And so this movie was a bit, in my opinion, overhyped, just because of people latched on a little too much to the nostalgia factor and didn't think about why the fuck would they backtrack on so much shit. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me personally. How do you feel, Angela?
I think that, like, I understand why they made that decision, because,
Yeah.
like, recently I've been seeing a lot of people on social media be like, the Spider-Man, he's
They're
like,
doing it for the people, like the loudest voices online. I don't think
Yeah,
overall
I-
people care too much, but like,
Yeah, I've seen, like, a weird, like, surge of people being like, this Spider-Man, he's, like, bankrolled by Tony Stark, and that's, like, not faithful to the character. Which, like, I can understand why people would say that.
I
because,
understand, but like, we have that Spider-Man still. Play the fucking video game, dude. I don't
Yeah,
care.
it's like we have like versions of that Spider-Man. Their stories have already been told, but it's like they're doing something new with this Spider-Man, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, but they basically like soft reset him, and it doesn't.
It doesn't feel, it feels cheap. It doesn't feel earned. Like, it was just kind of like the easiest, like, lazy writing way of just like, I wish everyone forgets me. All right, yeah, are you sure? You'll go back to literally what Spider-Man's always been. Yes. Okay. Goodbye.
Okay, but like the thing that I don't understand about that is
Yeah.
like he definitely still has access codes to Stark technology. He doesn't have to be poor.
And what's the weirdest part about it is that like they created this weird like plot thing where like there's a reset, but there's not a reset because everyone forgets that Spider-Man and Peter Parker are linked, but like the people who knew Spider-Man still know him, and the people who knew Peter Parker just knew Peter Parker, but like
Or like
but as Spider-Man, like, because it's weird, because Happy, he knows Spider-Man, but doesn't know Peter is Spider-Man. Because there's a reference to that at the end of the movie.
So, okay, but like the thing is though, like
But like how do his friends forget him because of that thing?
The thing that I don't understand is like, does Happy just have a super jacked memory now? Because he was dating Peter's aunt for like a while.
Well, yeah, that's what I don't understand is
he
because
just erased Peter from like multiple memories.
It's the same thing with like Endgame being kind of weird when it came to continuity. Is like this movie's kind of weird when it comes to continuity because it's like, how does he know Spider-Man? Because of his relationship was so strong that he remembers meeting her through Spider-Man because he worked with Spider-Man, But like his friends don't remember Peter Parker. You would think they just forget the Spider-Man link, but they'd remember the person. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that I would have to like watch it again to see exactly like what the wish was.
The wish was like everyone forgets that me, Peter Parker, is Spider-Man. That was the
yeah,
wish.
because like that's why like because I was like okay, because I brought it up to my sister. I was like, wait, why did they forget like being friends with him? And she was like, oh, like didn't he just like wish that everyone would like forget him? But I was like, I thought that it was like, oh, forget that I'm Spider-Man. But like if the wish was
it probably is everyone forgets him, but I find it weird.
Like,
so like
yeah, I just didn't get why it would be everyone forget Peter Parker exists, because my understanding of what the problem was all the people that knew about Spider-Man were coming over.
Yeah.
Like, if it was, like, literally everybody and their mom who knew Peter Parker existed, I feel like that would be weird. Like, why would they be mad?
Well, it's like it's a thing of knowing, like, Peter Parker and Spider-Man are linked, It's a really weird thing. Like, so how does the wish turn from in the beginning of like, oh, I wish people didn't know I was Spider-Man, to at the end being, just forget me? How does that happen?
We talked about this,
yes.
I felt that like the issues in the movie were like super manufactured.
They were
like I mentioned that like it didn't make sense that like Strange would let Peter continue to try and change the spell, and he would just keep going on like
he could have just canceled it. He could have.
Like,
right.
cause like I mean, yeah, like I said, like granted his character flaw is like, oh, he's super cocky and just like super dangerous shit, like even though he knows it's dangerous, but like if he was clearly getting annoyed, so it's like, why didn't he just stop it and be like, bro, okay, what do you want exactly? And that would have solved the entire movie.
And then I was kind of weirded out at the end how he went from like, that reference line of like, I was dangling over the Grand Canyon for 3 like, that line, iconic Loki line of I was falling for 30 minutes. But I think it's weird that he went from still being upset at him to being like, oh yeah, bro, I'll help you again. Not just straight up being like, give me the fucking cube. All right, go. And then like dipping, like.
Okay, he 100% could have just like killed everybody and been like, all right.
Like I feel like I 100% expected him to come back, grab the cube, smack the button, and then go like, fuck it, we're done. Just been like, that's it, that's the end. But there was like this weird like moment where he's like, are you sure, Peter? Well, I'm gonna forget you. The Avengers will forget. It's like, why did this happen? How did he go from in the beginning being like, you're a child, I forget that you're a child, I shouldn't be enabling you, to like at the end like, I'm going to enable this? I don't understand. Nostalgia.
Well, because it's like and also it's not like, oh, are you sure about this spell because like it'll only affect you? It's like, no, literally the world was going to end. He should have just been like, all right, I'm doing this.
Yeah, he honestly should have just did it. I don't know why. There was like this weird like forcing a lesson. thing. But yeah, like I was saying about nostalgia before, since that's what this is about. Look, all right. Nostalgia should not come at the cost of quality, even though it's cool and people like it. In most instances, anyway. If you have like a long-standing franchise and it's ongoing, don't taint it with like losing the plot. You know what I mean? It feels weird.
I will say
Bad.
though, I think that the Green Goblin and Doc Ock were done really well.
I thought they were great. I just thought the other there were I think the way that they handled it was cool. I just wish that they thought through more the like implications of bigger things.
I
honestly.
honestly
Uh,
wish that they had cut it down a little bit and just had the Green Goblin and Doc Ock because it felt like they didn't really know what to do with the other people.
I mean, yeah, they were there as like
They were just kind of there.
as extra Spider-Man villain. They were trying to get the Sinister Six in there, for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, that's yeah, that's just how it is. You know, I don't have any more to say on it. I think
Me
we're
neither,
good.
really. Like I think it was overall good, but like
Yeah.
there were definitely some parts that did not make sense.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna take it off with no more Spider-Man talk here. All right, Spider-Man spoilers are over. Spoiler time done. All right, out of here. Is Chani back?
I'm back.
Okay, cool. We're done talking about it. But
She just read all of our lips and was like, "Guys, come on, what the heck?"
guys, what the hell? Why'd you
I
spoil
can't believe you would
it?
spoil it. I can't believe this.
Halfway through the episode, and we are done with spoiler talk.
Mhm.
But yeah. So
Oh, I do have thoughts on the new Ghostbusters, but
I don't.
we're gonna not
I
talk
don't
about
really-
spoilers.
I don't really
think
mind.
people care about spoilers for that. I'm just spoiler.
Anybody care about Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters-
Spoilers?
I treat it the similar way I treat like Matrix, or just kind of like it's
Mhm.
it's one of those franchises. I don't think
Yeah.
people care. as
Well,
much
I won't
about
go
it.
into detail because I don't think anybody else here has like.
No,
No,
Seen
I
it,
haven't
right?
I've only seen the 2016
Yeah.
one, but not the other one, the newest.
I watched the newer one that came out in like November.
Yeah,
I don't remember when it came
sounds
out.
right.
Regardless, I really liked it. I think I won't go into any specifics, but I think as opposed to some of the other movies that just kind of grab at the idea that an older movie did and then just just for money or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like the new Ghostbusters it's good. I really enjoyed it. It's like a legacy story.
I think
It's
that's a
cheesy
cool
at
way
the
to
end.
do it,
It's good. I recommend it in terms of like nostalgia value.
Positive,
it's
good
a fun
nostalgia value.
addition to the franchise.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's good to hear. We can,
Yeah.
if you really want to, we can talk about Jurassic Park. We're going through like every franchise that does
Oh my
like
God.
nostalgia.
Yeah, like
right
I've
now.
seen all of the
Okay.
Jurassic World.
I've seen
films.
them. I've seen them too. So,
I
They're
don't
not
know if
Micah,
I've
have
seen
you
it.
have you seen them, Micah? Have you seen Jurassic?
I've seen, I believe, most of it.
Okay, all right.
Like the original Jurassic Park is incredible.
Yeah, it's
in my
great.
opinion.
I love that
I
movie.
did,
so much.
Jurassic
classic.
World is like
It's okay.
I didn't like it.
Like
I really
I-
liked I really liked Jurassic Park, and then going into Jurassic World I was like, oh my God, more Jurassic Park, and then
Jurassic World was just kind of meh,
you know?
and then the second one was like I hated it. I did not
Yeah.
like it.
the first one was like
forgot
it was
Yeah, yeah. The
Like, I do-
Indominus Rex.
yeah, like the first one was it was good if you turned off your brain. If you just did not think about
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
that was going on the screen.
It,
And
yeah,
was just like, wow, cool dinosaurs and
Yep.
explosions, then it was
well, cool
pretty good.
dinosaurs.
Like the effects, like the special
Mhm.
effects are really good, but I'd say like the plot and like the decisions of the characters when you think about them like in the slightest bit, none of them make sense.
They, yeah. They went. They kind of stopped thinking about like the humans tampering with nature aspect too
Yeah.
much. They just
Yeah.
kind of kept like the base plot line of like, oh yeah, we tamper with nature, big deal. Cool dinosaurs.
Wouldn't
They
it be
kinda, like,
fucked up if we
skip
tampered
over
with
that.
nature? Anyway,
Yeah,
check this
basically.
out, guys.
They had in the second, I think it was in the second one, they had like the court scene with like Jeff Goldblum, and he's like, tampering with nature bad. Don't you guys remember this? And then they're all like, okay, yeah, shut up, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like, cause he was basically like, wasn't he the one who's like, oh, we should leave them on the island to die because they shouldn't have been created in the first place?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, but
Yeah.
well, but we gotta save
Profit.
them.
Profit though, come on. Oh, hey, what's up, Justine? Thank you for
Hello.
lurking. We're talking about Jurassic Park and stuff now. So I hope
Yeah.
your stream went well.
But yeah, like, and the second one just felt too like preachy to me, where they
Unless you're
like,
still
Is that the
alive.
one
Oh,
where
she's
the
still alive.
volcano explodes? Sorry, I think I watched
Yeah.
it in theater, but like I could not tell you what happens in it.
yeah, that's the one where the volcano explodes, and then there's a bunch of people that are like trying to smuggle the dinosaurs off the island and like use them for profit.
Oh,
and
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
them from that.
Yes, I remember that
And
now.
then there's
Yeah.
like the weird subplot with the girl who is actually a clone of the dude's daughter instead of his granddaughter.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh shit, I'm a clone of someone who died tragically in a car accident. Like, and then that was like but tampering with nature can be good sometimes. Should we just kill this little girl? No.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
What I'm saying is that Roboboy should die. That's just how it is.
because I think like the
That's fair
subplot
enough.
was that's why like the old dude in Jurassic World fell out with the old dude from Jurassic Park because the old dude from Jurassic Park was like, bro, wait, you cloned a person?
Yep.
But like, yeah, so I just the second one was not great.
Yeah, it definitely was not
And
the
they're
best.
coming up with a third one.
What a
though,
set
aren't
of
they?
movies.
Yeah, yeah. I think
What
What on
they
earth
did.
are they
talk
making with
about
another one?
Yeah, they're doing another one. The
you
trailer
know,
seemed interesting.
the bigger dino.
Like the trailer was
Big
like
Dino. Mhm.
it was basically like the first part of it was like filmed like a nature documentary, like
that's
oh these
neat.
dinosaurs are living like out in like the world now because at the end of the last one they like
Yeah.
released all the dinosaurs.
Great idea, by the way. Great idea.
Big brain.
Because it was like I remember not understanding that because basically the question was, oh, this room is filling up with toxic gas. Should we release the dinosaurs so they survive or not do anything and let them die in this toxic gas? And I was basically like, okay, I don't care how much of an animal lover you are. If you have a room full of like tigers and you're like, should we release these tigers into New York City
Yeah.
instead of letting them die in this like room filling with gas, I would let the tigers die because it's like they're just gonna eat a bunch of people. Like, oh my god. Like,
Angela, don't let Peter hear you say that, right? Fucker.
no, but it's like,
The worst
why would
thing
you
is, let's
release?
be honest.
Why would you release highly dangerous wild animals onto a public that did not consent for this to
Hey,
happen?
we did it to
And they're
them. All of us
invasive.
have to deal with it, alright?
Personally, I think we should just let loose all the tigers in the subway of New York City.
Yeah,
Yes,
come on.
yes, the
See what
tigers are out.
happens.
But, like,
Let's see how big and bad everyone is now.
it's like, okay, like Claire was like painted as like an environmentalist and stuff in like the second movie, but then she's just like, yeah, let's just have all these super dangerous, vicious, invasive species in a place that's like huge, so they'll just
Yeah.
eat all the native species and people. I think that's a good idea. Like,
Yeah, it's a great idea, actually. I don't know
and
why.
I guess that's just what
smart.
they're gonna be dealing with in the third movie. And they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, damn, why did we release all these dinosaurs?
Great
I wonder if this
question.
could have been prevented.
You know, I wonder. It's true. I wonder.
I love the consequences of my actions. How
Uh,
we need to-
yeah, jeez, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that franchise, I have no idea where it's going. It's just kind of
Mhm.
going, I guess.
I feel like the TLDR is those movies probably didn't need to exist.
Oh, definitely not. No,
If you just want to see dinosaurs on a screen, like, you know, you can go for it, but
watch the OG.
yeah.
It's
They're
all you
super cool.
need. Or you
And
just,
I
you know,
think-
watch the movie Dinosaur. You know.
I
So
think
true.
that, like I have an issue with how the Jurassic World like franchise like paints the dinosaurs. Like I don't know if this is really nitpicky, but it seems like they anthropomorphize them a lot.
They do. Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
in the first like Ark, like the Jurassic Park films, it was like these are animals, like they're doing animal
Yeah.
things. But like in the Jurassic World films, they're like, oh, Blue is like his friend, and she's super cool,
Friend.
and this engineered one that they found at this auction is evil.
Yeah,
And-
they did do that. Yeah.
yeah.
So evil.
Because that the Indominus Rex straight up, like, I remember the scene in the second movie where it's like playing dead, and then like straight up like opens its eye and like looks at the camera, then like it's like smiles. It's like, oh, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, like I just don't
Malicious
like
intent,
like because like and like the was it like an Indoraptor or something? I don't remember what they called it.
something like that.
The one that was like stalking them through the mansion.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
very like evil coded, and I'm like, this is just an animal. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
but
they-
like I don't like how they like attribute morality and like human like personality characteristics to the
Well,
animals.
it's like AI and robots, Angela. If you build it, it's gonna have human characteristics. You know what I mean? Because that's how nature works. That's how it works, all right? It's like, when you make baby act like you, all right?
Come
When
on,
you make
Angela, I thought you would
dinosaur
understand.
evil.
Yeah, well, if you're evil making dinosaur evil. That's how it is.
It's genetics.
Because that basically was what
That
it
is
was. They're like, oh, these evil people, they made an evil dinosaur.
That is exactly what it was.
Yeah.
I love how I was exaggerating, but not really. Like that's exactly.
No, like you weren't, because like they made
Spot on.
like Chris Pratt's character basically like made Blue. Like I mean he
Mm-hmm.
didn't make her, but he basically like raised her, and they were like, she's good because she was raised by a good person.
Good because she was raised by Chris Pratt.
She's a good dinosaur, but these people are evil, so they make evil dinosaurs.
Oh man,
Yeah.
God, Yoshi isn't in the Mario movie, is he? That makes me so sad.
Oh my god.
I wanted the comparison to
God.
Jurassic World in the Mario movie.
Yoshi's like
I just-
stuck in like the like jaw clamp, and Mario like pets Yoshi.
That's what I wanted, dude. Fuck, I can't make that joke.
I was wondering, why did she mention the
I-
Mario movie? And then I remembered Chris Pratt as Mario, and I just went through all the stages of grief once again.
I would love if
But
someone
Yoshi's
did
not
that.
he's a dinosaur, but isn't in the movie. What the hell?
I would love if someone did that in like SFM or something.
Oh, you know it'll happen. You know it will. If it doesn't if someone else doesn't do it, I'm doing it. Okay.
No, or like a picture of Mario standing with like his arms spread out with like 3 different colored Yoshis.
Somebody clip this and get someone to do this and give us credit, okay?
Be the
Please.
change you want to be in the world.
Please.
Make that video.
Oh man. But yeah, it's just actually I kind of want to move on to a little bit more of the video game part of this discussion, just a little bit more. Or TV shows, I guess, cuz
iCarly.
yeah, I feel like with TV shows people just forget about them. With movies people get mad at them, and with video games overall people like them. I feel like that's
Yeah.
just kind of in
Well, then there
general,
was
that's
the-
how they
There
are.
was the That's the Raven reboot. I remember that one happened. That one sounded weird.
I forgot about that one too. I'll be honest.
So that's the Raven got rebooted, and like both of them are like divorced now or something. Like they got married off screen, they
Oh,
got
you're
divorced,
talking-
and
oh, I
they moved
see,
back in
okay.
with each other. Like I
I
like
know
heard
nothing
that
about the
synopsis.
original show, so that
I know
sounds
nothing about the
hysterical.
reboots, so that's
I used to watch the original like, with my sister, but I don't remember. A
I
whole
used to
lot about
watch
it.
the original myself.
It was like there's a girl like named Raven, and she has like premonitions, like basically.
I'm sorry, I just love explaining this. That's me personally. I don't.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, she gets like premonitions.
Well, you know about Corey in the House, right? You know about Corey in the House, Chani.
I've
It was
heard of
memed
it.
on, so that's why I asked.
Let's see.
It's my favorite anime.
Stop. Wasn't that a spin? That was a spin-off show. If that's a Raven, wasn't it?
Was it?
I feel like I remember hearing that, but
I remember they crossovered at least once.
that's why I feel like it was a spin-off show.
But I don't remember if it was or not. But
yeah, no, that I love the idea of Raven's little brother being a go to the president's house. Though. Oh man, but yeah, no, that's remaking TV shows. Well, I guess it's more like it's like rebooting TV shows, like trying to continue something that was, done for a long time, like iCarly or.
There are some shows where it works, like Power Rangers, obviously.
Well, that's Power Rangers is different. It's like ongoing forever,
or like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I felt like most
those. I feel like I would count that more than Power Rangers. Is like,
Power Rangers is kind of just there.
Yeah, Power Rangers always been going forever. It's like comparing it to like The Simpsons or something. It's just kind of a formula that keeps going over time.
But I'd say like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like reboots work in most cases.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shows get slept on, because they're cool. At least like there's a new one, isn't there?
There's a new one, but I heard it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't very good too. The one before that
was really good.
Was good. Yeah, I remember.
I also really liked the like CG movies. Do you guys remember those?
Yes, of course I do. Really I heard they were surprisingly good.
They were like really good.
Which is cool to hear because people made fun of them a lot.
I watched them on like a plane ride either to or from the Philippines, and I was like, bro, this is fire. Like I was like really lit too. But
people memed on it because of like Michael Bay and
Did Michael Bay do this?
Yeah, he did the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the CG ones.
Oh, those.
Oh, you're
talking about hysterical.
No, I was talking about like
you're talking about the older ones. Okay.
Yeah, not like the new one.
Damn. All right. Really I heard people like the second one and the first one. So. I mean, Thomas did anyway. He's a big TMNT fan.
Yeah, I didn't really like the first one. I haven't seen the second one.
The second one, I know he liked. People like the second one apparently more than the first one, from what I heard.
But I was talking about
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. I think is pretty good, honestly, overall.
Yeah, I'd say like remakes and like reboots and stuff in that franchise like generally work.
But like, I'm trying to think of another TV show that got rebooted recently.
I mean, I guess in a similar vein, like Scooby-Doo. It gets
rebooted I referenced
often.
Scooby-Doo before NOGcast started because it does get rebooted a lot. So
the Scooby-Doo series that was like kind of like darker and like, do you remember that one? I don't remember what it was called. It's not the most
Mystery Incorporated or whatever was it called.
So I think it was called that. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, I remember that. That one definitely was more edgy.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty edgy, but like
yeah.
It was good.
They played with like relationship stuff a lot more too.
It wasn't like an annoying edgy. It was like, okay, this is interesting. Like,
when's the new Velma show come out, or is it already out?
I don't know.
Velma show?
Oh, did you never hear about that?
Wait,
I am not tuned into that kind
of stuff. There's like a live action Powerpuff Girls coming out.
Yeah, that is a thing too.
And it's supposed to be like super like it's on the CW and it's supposed to be like Riverdale level like edgy.
No, yeah, I remember.
I have heard about this. Oh my god.
Like, yeah, it's not like I. Do you remember when the script got leaked? I think I sent that to you. And it was
I think we did talk about that.
It was so bad. It was like a page of the script, and it was just horrible. Like I hope that it's not real. I hope that
I never
was
saw
like,
the script.
But think about how funny it would be.
What the hell, Angela? Why didn't I get it? What the fuck?
Well, it's basically like if I remember correctly, Blossom like makes fun of Bubbles for like for like having unprotected sex. I was like, what?
Damn, that is ruining my childhood. What the hell? Jesus Christ.
So funny.
Micah, did you watch the Powerpuff Girls when you were younger?
I did. What do you mean?
I was asking because I mean, there were some hard ass children back in the day who were like, it's for girls. So I mean,
so good.
No, yeah, I loved it, dude. It's awesome.
Like, if this show is actually like that, I will never forgive them.
Yeah.
Like, who wanted that?
But talking about Scooby-Doo, did you know about the Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover that happened recently?
No, I didn't.
It happened last year.
Recently? Nice.
Yeah, it was straight to DVD or Blu-ray, I guess. And there was a crossover between Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo.
That actually
I
sounds
just
like
like
Which apparently it is
like
fun.
good.
Apparently
Yeah, that
people like it. We should
my favorite thing about
watch it.
Scooby Doo
Yeah.
is that it's in the DC universe technically because
Oh
Batman
yeah,
and
right.
like Batman and came in for like a whole movie. It was
True,
great.
Yes.
true.
Fucking love that.
Yes, I remember I had the cassette for that. Like one of the not cassette. Oh, whatever. I had it as a kid and I absolutely loved it. It was great.
the only like DC like cartoon that I really remember like watching. Well, a cartoon movie. Was like it was like surprisingly dark. It was, I don't remember what it was called, but basically it's like the Justice League has to like fight off an alien invasion, and there's a scene where Batman fucking dies.
Yeah.
And it was so it's basically like they're inside the alien ship and Batman like stays behind to like fight off these people, and like the door closes and like locks him in, and they like hear him die on the other side.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god. I was like a little kid and I was like, holy crap.
That's when you learn how to cry.
I actually didn't cry. I was just shocked. I was like,
Oh my god, cartoons can do this. Oh
it was
god.
crazy. I need to find out what movie that was, but
Yeah, man, dude, I can't even remember the first time I felt that feeling of like, oh no, cartoons can do this. Oh no, it's just
Easy
no.
Pokemon 2000.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
no.
when
yeah,
I
but
watched
like that's like whatever.
that. I mean, personally, like
I feel like it was
when
the
I-
SpongeBob movie for me, and that's
Oh,
mine.
when they
Yeah.
like almost cried up.
Yeah, I think that was it for
Stop
me.
it.
I think that was when I had my first like, they could just kill people.
See, I think that was more funny to me because I knew that they weren't going to kill them. Because there was too much left in the movie. I understood how this worked at that point.
I didn't know how much was in the movie.
I saw it in theaters. So I didn't know.
I was gonna say I didn't know either.
Oh
Dave.
my god.
I don't remember being like sad though. Like, or maybe I was just too young to remember if I was sad or not.
I was definitely sad when that happened on that scene.
Um,
All right, Shani's laughing
Oh
because
my
she's
God.
too young. All right, all right. Look,
So funny.
You
I did
didn't
not watch
experience this.
I did not experience it in the theater
you
or
don't
anything like that.
understand, child.
I think if
Too young.
I think I was like, it was for my like 6th or 7th birthday. We went to the theater to watch it because they were playing it at like the like Navy base theater. Because they would like play like older movies for like free for military.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, because I think it did come out before I was 7.
Yes, it did.
I don't remember when it came out.
I'm pretty sure it was like 2005 ish.
Yeah.
I was going to say 2005 sounds right, honestly.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
I'm looking it up right now, actually. Keep
2004?
talking.
Let's see.
2004.
Oh,
It came
there you
out. Yeah, it came
Yeah,
out in
you found
2004.
it.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it definitely.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. It definitely was not old enough to see.
No,
it in
yeah, I
theaters,
knew
friends.
that that movie was very old, and that's why it was definitely one of my first experiences of like, they could just do that.
I wasn't allowed to watch shows like that, so I definitely didn't see that in theaters.
Yeah.
I did not like the new SpongeBob movies. I don't think they're as good as the original.
I
Like-
didn't even bother watching the other ones.
I think I watched the
Haven't seen them.
second one they made. I don't think I've seen. I think there is a third.
Yeah,
one.
there is.
I haven't seen it.
I never bothered watching it because I was just like, I don't care enough about SpongeBob at this point. And like the newer SpongeBob stuff, I'm like, I don't care.
Well, because the creator already passed away, didn't he?
Yeah. I thought it was so messed up that the creator was like, we're not doing any spin-offs of this show.
And
This
then as
is-
soon as he died,
as soon as he
Yeah.
died, Nickelodeon was like, pump that shit
Spin-off.
out. It's like, that's so
Yeah, like
fucked up.
that was so disrespectful because it's
Oh
like,
my
oh, they
God,
had this
dude.
shit in the works and they were just waiting for him to die. Like,
It's so messed up, dude. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate companies I hate capitalism sometimes. But I
Okay,
swear to God.
back to the Matrix. I'm not gonna spoil
What?
anything. I'm not spoiling anything.
Okay.
But
Matrix.
basically, the director did not want to make the movie,
Yeah, I
and
remember hearing about that.
and they like there was an interview where she was like, yeah, they would come to me every year with like a huge pile of money and be like, make another one, and she would be like, no.
Ugh.
And the only reason that she did it this year was because she was grieving her parents' death, and they came to her and were like, make us a movie, and she was like, okay, fine, I'll make you this movie. Like,
Oh my god.
Caved
that's
under the.
awful.
That's like emotional abuse, dude, from a company with that.
yeah, it's like
That's
her
Jesus
parents just
awful.
died. Like, calm down.
Oh my god, dude, it's wild.
God damn.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
I hate
wild.
companies, man.
Not good.
Hate
like-
companies.
Emotional abuse, dude. It's wild. But oh man, yeah, it's kind of a shame. I know it's not the same, but I was about to go to like the Sonic movie, how that's also kind of nostalgia bait, but in a different way, because it's more
Oh.
like, or would video game movies count as that? I don't even know actually.
I feel like
I don't
no.
think they would, because Sonic is
depends.
ongoing, so I don't think it counts. Really.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, Sonic is ongoing.
But
like,
I
Assassin's
feel like
Creed-
that movie was popular because
In that case, like maybe. If
But-
it's
There-
like riding off the nostalgia.
there were a lot of
Sonic.
people who like didn't give a fuck about Sonic,
I mean,
and then that
I-
movie came out.
I wouldn't say that it counts as nostalgia because, like you said, Sonic is still like an ongoing franchise.
Yeah.
I think it's riding like the coattails of like the popularity of Sonic.
I think what boosted that
but-
movie much more was the controversy of like the first
Oh,
design
yeah.
and then like the
Yeah.
Like I know that there's like a conspiracy theory that they did that on purpose. But
Yeah,
like
I mean, there's that animation studio that had to work so hard to fix that
yeah, to
design and
fix
then
it.
got fired immediately after. I feel bad for them, but
Yeah.
you know,
But like I'd say that like I wouldn't consider video game movies
Yeah.
like nostalgia like
The-
films, unless
what
it's
if
an old video game that doesn't like
I was about to say, what if I applied it to the Mario movie and then said people like my mom would see it, even though she hasn't played a Mario game since she was like my age or
Mhm.
younger?
Well, Mario's like
It's
very
like
relevant,
timeless.
so-
Mario is like
Well,
actually timeless, but like
I mean
I'm-
with that logic you could be like the Pokemon movies or nostalgia.
I would also consider that
Yeah.
nostalgia though, because like I would to a point consider that nostalgia actually. To a point.
I mean
I don't know if
wouldn't
it's like I
consider-
feel like it's in a lane of its own, honestly.
yeah, I
but-
wouldn't
Pokemon to me is the
Pokemon
same
movies.
lane as Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It will
Yeah.
always go on because there will always be new ones to discover.
Okay.
Yeah,
So if
I-
you consider Pokemon nostalgia, you have to consider Power Rangers nostalgia.
Well, I
You have either or.
I didn't consider Power Rangers earlier as a reboot, but I would consider it nostalgia. If there were like a Power Rangers movie that went into theaters, I would consider it nostalgia versus like a reboot thing. So that is my distinction there.
So you're saying that like the
Personally.
new Power Rangers movies, those are like nostalgia.
I would say if there was a movie that got put in theaters, it would be nostalgia. The series, I wouldn't consider any of like a new series. I wouldn't consider it a reboot. I would just consider it a continuation. That's my
I would-
difference.
I wouldn't
Uh,
consider like the Pokemon movies nostalgia bait in most cases because
Yeah.
they're usually about like the newest generation.
Well, I'm not even talking about like animated
Yeah.
movie. I'm talking about like the Detective Pikachu.
Oh, yeah,
or,
like
you
Detective
know, yeah.
Um,
Like
but,
that's why I considered the Mario movie nostalgia, because it's not, even though it's like, I mean, it's Nintendo backed, but like there wasn't a Mario movie since like you know, like it's a different medium of entertainment, and that's why I consider it nostalgia. I think because it's separate from what the source material is, very
What-
very much so.
What do you
Uh,
feel about like the new Pokemon games that are like remaking like?
Well,
the
they're
old gen-
they're definitely nostalgia.
Yeah.
Of course they are. Yeah, they're not even reboots. They're
Yeah.
just straight up remakes, capitalizing off of nostalgia. That for sure. I mean, why are we getting like the new Diamond and Pearl remakes just for nostalgia? It's not, you know, for anything else.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, it's nostalgia, but it's also, like I was saying earlier, I think it's
Mhm.
different from like just making a nostalgia movie because
yeah, it is.
a movie, you can watch a movie from like the 60s just fine. You know, you
Yeah.
can find it online rent it online.
Yeah, exactly.
But like
they're
a
not, like,
movie, yeah, they're not like making old consoles, so you can't play those.
Yeah, it's
At
true.
some point, old games will not be able to be played unless you emulate them. So remakes are kind of a way to,
or play them on legal hardware.
Mhm.
And we all know how Nintendo feels about it.
Wink.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's eventually probably gonna have like a GBA emulator on the Switch, but that's an
Yeah.
entirely different
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, that's another whole
101
different
Dalmatians
topic.
again.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not joking about that, but that's beside
Yeah, they are doing that. You're not wrong. That is
like-
happening.
Like popular like DS games and stuff, like they sell for a lot of money.
They really do.
Like
Yeah.
like one that I know about like a pretty decent amount because I have one and I
Mhm.
am so glad that I have it.
You gonna sell it?
Is like Explorers of Sky, like Pokemon
Mm.
Mystery Dungeon. That sells for
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of
It
money, and
makes
it's really
sense that it
hard to
would,
get a
yeah.
hold of. Like because like obviously they're not making it anymore. And like copies whenever they come up in like GameStop or something, they sell like immediately.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, they
for
get
like
snapped up.
$40 or $50. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, hold on to that for a while.
Yeah, but like it's like one of my favorite games. It was really good, so I can understand why
Such-
like
such
why
good
it
It's
gets
it's
why it
it's
sells
gonna
so
get
much.
to the point where it might be a little obsolete though, so it'll be a little scary. You have to like find that balance of like when are people not gonna care about this? But then you'll be able to find that one person who collects things, which there for video games and like technology, it'll always exist. I mean, I know one.
Always.
Someone lives near me who loves old technology and old video games. So
I
there's
mean, like I'm pretty
always
sure
a
it's
market.
$1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I could probably sell it for a lot of money, but then I wouldn't have it anymore. So
Well, yeah, just
Yeah.
wait until you don't care about it, I guess. But don't wait
Which
too
I don't
long,
really
you know.
want
You
to.
want that money, Angela. Right?
But I mean, like, I think that like even if it was selling for like, because I think it has sold for like a pretty
Yeah.
decent amount of money as video games go. Like,
Mm.
but like I don't think the amount of money like paid for it would really like, it's not worth it to
Yeah.
me to like not be able to play that anymore.
I actually thought
Fair.
about like buying another copy of the Super Mario, like the Mario All Stars collection on like the Switch or whatever.
Ah, yeah.
Like I thought about buying another copy of it because they were like, we're selling it up until Mario Day, then it's gone. So I was like, I'm curious how much it costs now, that collection.
Mm. Yeah, I know that I bought one because I was like, yeah, I would like to own the physical copy.
Yeah, I wanted to
and I will
own
play it
the
at one
physical
point.
copy. I mean, I
so-
played it a little bit on stream. I beat Mario Sunshine for the first time because of,
Yo.
that collection. Went back to 64, played a little
Yeah, play some
Galaxy.
Mario 64. Good stuff.
But like I'm curious how much that costs now, even though it's not that old, but like it's still something that was had some artificial scarcity slapped on it, and now it is just scarce. So might have to wait a few years though, but I have it.
Mhm.
I have it. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely Nintendo knows how to capitalize on nostalgia at this point. They're like the company that pioneered that shit, I think, for video games. They were doing it forever. And then like, Sony or whatever, they were just like, yeah, let's start doing that and like now. And Nintendo's been doing that forever, dude.
It's because of how much games they've had. Just
No,
like,
yeah, it's true. Nintendo has
overstated.
not let go of any of their franchises, so they can reboot or not reboot, but like
Yeah.
remake games for forever, basically. Like
And
Honestly, fair.
yeah, and they had
Yeah.
a
If
lot
you
of
have a good
franchises,
thing, it's like if it's not broke, don't fix it.
it's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it gets boring.
Yeah, in which case
like-
you remodel it. In which case they have done.
And that's why I'm buying Legends Arceus. I already pre-ordered it.
But,
I'm
like,
planning
yeah,
on pre-ordering that soon.
like they have a lot of franchises as well that like were like aimed towards like children, and
Yeah.
then like now those kids are like adults. So
Yeah, that's why like
Yeah.
whenever people call Pokemon like a kids game or a kids franchise now, I'm like, there are way more adults playing Pokemon.
So many adults playing Pokemon.
I think there's a good number of adults and children playing. Even for like Mario too. I'm like people they should stop calling Nintendo games kids games and just say like they really are E for everyone. You know, they're just family games. They're just games. All right, because. Man, I played Mario Odyssey. I loved it. All right, that's considered a kids game. Whatever. Pokemon Sword and Shield, they're considered kids games. But like, I played the Shield, dude.
Good.
Come on, it's
I
fun.
just played Sword. It was pretty fun. No cap.
Yeah,
It's a good
I
time.
enjoy it. I'm more excited for Arceus because it's cool and new and unique. And am I excited about a Pokemon game? Yes. Okay. Just like, come on,
I'm so
Jesus.
hyped for Legends, honestly.
Pokemon card openings were huge like a year ago, and you know, the kids weren't doing that shit. That's all I gotta say.
They couldn't afford that
Yeah, I
shit.
was just saying, you think kids have $1,000 to drop on card packs to open up? No, that's all adults. Just say it. So, look, nostalgia's a strong market. It really is, especially for certain companies. So you know what? Closing thoughts, because we're at the end now. Of unless you want to open up the discussion to something else, anyone.
I don't really think I have anything else, honestly.
Johnny, Micah.
No, it's just I have some. Sorry, I had some Scooby Doo tabs open.
Oh.
I'll just briefly mention.
Yeah.
Anybody
busted.
remember those weird Scooby Doo movies, like the one where Shaggy becomes a werewolf?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
but like
do.
dude, those are so good.
I love those.
Yeah,
movies,
I had
dude.
some of those on VHS.
Yeah, I
and they
own
were
some of them.
so
Yeah,
good.
they're great.
Sorry, short story for me. I remember the day where I realized that I could like flip over the VHS and there was another movie on the other side. It changed my life as a 7-year-old.
It is kind of wild that you're like I even though you're like younger than us by a few years, just a little bit, just like literally like a year or two,
Few years.
it- you still have that experience of like, bro, this VHS tape though, like this blew my mind at one point.
Yes.
Because I had that same thought. So
I had Scooby Doo and I had Land Before Time VHS
dude, hell yeah.
tapes, and they were so good.
I had Fox and the Hound on VHS.
Okay.
We had a huge pile of VHSs, so I don't even
I
remember.
had the OG SpongeBob like winter / like Christmas episodes on VHS. I also had a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving on VHS.
Okay, wait. Do you guys remember like when DVD films would have like mini games on them?
Oh
Because
yes, dude.
that was
God.
my shit,
I
dude.
miss the bonuses you got.
Good.
Okay, because like one of the Scooby Doo movies actually had like a mini game on it where you would like walk around the island and like
Yeah.
solve it.
Oh my
I
god.
think
Like
that's
that,
awesome.
I love that shit. Like I'm so sad that they don't do that
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
I remember the ones for like Wall-E. It's really random. I remember those. I really liked it as a kid because I like robots.
Yeah, dude. Oh, nothing's changed, huh?
Some things don't change.
Oh, man. Well,
But yeah, that was my
yeah.
Scooby-Doo related tangent.
Micah, you got any final thoughts you want to throw out there?
It's always fun going back, looking at things that make you nostalgic, and realizing, damn, nowadays that's hella problematic. So that's my thing.
Oh, fair enough. That is a whole nother discussion we have not had of like,
Yeah.
yeah, things that I liked when I was younger might be terrible now.
Entire Attitude
Yeah.
Era of WWE. Great, like when I was younger, fucking loved it all, and then I grew up and got to this day and age. I'm like, damn, they did not treat like so many people right. They did blackface. They were fucking misogynist. It was bad back then, bro.
Yeah.
like-
If you weren't The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, even Kurt Angle got fucked up sometimes. But if you weren't like the top guys, who it's rough out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like old Supernatural episodes, and Chani, I'm sure you can vouch. Like they had so many jokes about gay people and like so
I
many,
actually remember those episodes too.
so much like misogynistic like scenes and like
Man,
jokes
things
and
really
stuff.
changed from then to now.
Yeah, like you
yeah,
don't realize it as a kid, and then you come back and
Yeah.
you're like, oh.
Yeah, like in the first like couple of episodes of season 1, there's just so much like really bad stuff. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's kind of crazy like how much just like the show like reflected like changing mindsets and all of that.
Yeah.
And it still didn't end up in a really great place, but it was definitely better than it was 15 years ago.
And as my last point too, I'll bring it back to Disney because I said that thing earlier about like, oh, Urgy's better when it comes to Disney stuff, but like it really isn't in some cases because like, I mean, they didn't try to remake like fucking Peter Pan, even though they probably should have.
No, they did.
Did they? Because
A
oh, you're
long time
talking about like I wasn't even referring to that, but that is true. That's fair.
yeah, like they made like a live action like.
But because the old Peter is so fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's like one of the worst offenders.
It's pretty like racist.
That Aladdin's got some rough stuff.
Aladdin's got some rough stuff. Yeah.
Definitely did
Beauty
not
and the
age
Beast is
well.
just Stockholm
Beauty,
syndrome.
yeah, I mean, Beauty and the Beast that's just the nature of the beast. No, no pun intended.
Pun completely intended. It is
No,
the
yeah,
nature
completely.
of the beast.
Because you remake that, it still looks bad. You cannot change that without it being bad.
Beauty and the Stockholm.
Yeah, no, just old Disney stuff in some cases are definitely very bad. I mean, the Aladdin remake, I just kind of is whatever.
I actually never saw it.
Yeah, I wanted you to watch it with me so bad before I couldn't share it online.
Oh, we both have Disney Plus, so we could just like sync up.
Oh, now you want to watch it? Okay, fine, we'll do that.
I mean, if we wanted to in the future.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's Disney also. Well, Disney is more rough because there isn't any change there. They just kind of feign change, which is like worse. Just kind of fake it. And go like, yeah, we're totally cool. Let's just make a new movie with an Asian lead, but have all the Asian cultures mixed together, and then pretend
I had a big problem with that.
Yeah.
I talked to you about it. I remember.
Yeah, you did.
But and then they're in a new controversy now that I actually learned about like yesterday or a couple days ago. They made like a K-drama on Disney Plus or something. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called like Snowdrop or something like that. And it's like a historical like fiction kind of thing.
Yeah.
And apparently South Korea is really mad about it because it's like there's a lot of historical revision. And like yeah, so they actually like banned it in South Korea.
Oh, that's rough, dude.
But like yeah, I think if I remember correctly, the synopsis is like there's like a North Korean like spy or something that ends up in South Korea, and like a South Korean student hides him or whatever. It is something like that. It's like a romance. But yeah, apparently they got really mad about it for like rewriting history.
Yeah.
Which, like, I can understand being mad about that.
Yeah,
if that's
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very on brand for Disney though, because they don't really care too much. If I'm being honest, like I said, they feign learning from their past mistakes, but they definitely haven't.
And then they'll just release another first gay character.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Jeez.
That's easily removable.
Yeah, I love that.
Gay this time.
Yeah, I love whenever they have a gay character, they're just like, we'll just mention it like one little section that could be cropped out. Okay, we gotta cut that. Oh my lord, dude.
Or like in the Finding Dory, it's like they're gay if you squint.
True, actually, true. It's always how it is. They throw a burn, like a very small burn every once in a while, just to like, go like, hey guys, like we recognize that you exist, but that's all, okay? Don't get too comfortable. Yeah, it's rough, man. Yeah. So ending off on a bad note. Nostalgia's great. Don't trust Disney. That's the moral of today's story.
Yep. That is what you should take away from this.
This really is.
Nostalgia good, but sometimes
don't trust like many multi-billion-dollar corporations.
WWE, Disney. Oh, yeah, any company with like huge amounts of money. Warner Bros. Yeah, no, don't trust them. Okay, and if knock on wood, if we ever get a bunch of money, Trust us.
Never trust us.
Always trust us.
Always trust
No,
us. Nog's your new family now. Sorry. But anyway, that was a great place to end. I think. With that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode of NOGcast, please subscribe, ring the bell, hit like on this video, comment down below. What do you get the most nostalgic about, and what do you hate about nostalgic culture? I mean, you know, we dunked on Disney a lot. They deserve to get dunked on, let's be honest. So
Yeah.
but with that, my name is Julian,
And I'm Angela.
My name is Chani.
And I'm Micah.
and it's been NOGcast. Talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.